Medical professionals across the state have had their hands tied for months, unable to work while their licenses are in limbo.
It's part of the ongoing backlog at the state level. The I-Team's Sean Gallagher shows us if technology upgrades are making a dent in those delays.
I'm ready. I am ready.
For Abby Locken,
I love taking care of people. I always have.
She says becoming a nurse was her calling. She started working in medical facilities at age 16 and spent the last 3.5 years working toward becoming a registered nurse, graduating in May. So now you're an RN, or?
Nope, not yet.
That was back in June. It took 2 months after graduation for Abby to get her license, much slower than she anticipated. Abby's nursing license was delayed because of the DSPS backlogs. Those license applications have piled up due to a number of problems, according to DSPS: staffing shortages, funding shortfalls, and outdated technology. Up until a few months ago, every single professional license in the state of Wisconsin had to be filled out by hand and mailed the old-fashioned way. They'd all end up here at the DSPS office in Madison. But thanks to technology upgrades, it's cut out all of the paperwork, so applicants can fill out their information online or even on their cell phone.
At the end of the day, it's service to those folks and making sure that the services we provide align with how they like to do business.
Dan Harith from DSPS says the technology upgrades done in May have led to issuing licenses faster. From 2016 to 2021, the applications were completed in 76 days on average. Right now, DSPS says they're issuing decisions in 45 days on average. It's thanks in large part to the new software called License E.
While this may not necessarily seem like we're flying to Mars here, it certainly is taking us light years in advance of where we were.
But the system still isn't perfect. Abby's dreams came to a screeching halt while she waited for the appropriate documentation from DSPS. She says it was radio silence from DSPS with no idea where her licensure status stood.
I don't know what is worse, the nursing school or the waiting game, but it's definitely hard for me to wrap my head around everything.
In Abby's case, we reached out to DSPS and found out part of her waiting game was the time it took for her university to submit the graduated class's information. Harith says DSPS didn't realize how much help faculty at schools are providing for students during the application process.
They had their teachers, sometimes their employers, to help them do that work. And so when we implemented this system, it wasn't just new for the applicant, it was also new for employers, it was also new for educational institutions.
Have you seen an improvement in how this is impacting the backlog?
I think one of the things to point out is that the department is licensing more people more quickly than ever. I believe we talked about a 45-day average licensing time. That's faster than the state of Illinois in many instances, faster than, I believe, Minnesota in many instances. In fact, it's 40% faster than historically the department's done, going all the way back to 2016.
DSPS could not provide a concrete number of how many licenses it has issued since implementing the new software, only saying thousands of healthcare professionals have applied and been issued a license. Harith points out, despite the benefits of the new technology upgrades, he has concerns long-term due to staffing. He says in the past 6 years, the department has seen applications double, while the number of employees has dropped by 35% in that same time.
Well, technology is a wonderful tool. At the heart of every tool is people. And for our department, people still have to review the information. They have to make sure that it's accurate and that it meets the requirements that are set forth in the law.
In its most recent budget request, DSPS asked for 72 positions, with nearly half of those devoted to credentialing alone. That'll be up to the governor, either Tony Evers or Tim Michels, after the election to include that in next year's proposed budget. Then, each house of the legislature will have to approve it. That could take until early next summer. Reporting for the I-Team, I'm Sean Gallagher.